morning and welcome back to Questioning Sense with me, Matt. I hope you guys are well. As you can see, it's absolutely boiling here. It's not even 10 o'clock in the morning and it's super duper hot. So I'm just done the school run, done some shopping and come home and I've got a bit of a sweat on. So I thought I would do a quick video, and this is a video that's long overdue. A house recently contacted me. When I say recently, probably about a month ago. I didn't know them at all, and they're called Cherigan Perfumes, and they're from Paris. Obviously, I love Paris, I love France. So, and you know, it's in quite a lot of respects, it's sort of, you know, the home of Europe. Well, France being the home of European perfumery. So I was quite excited. Anyway, we had a lovely chat, and they sent me a load of samples over to try. And I went working my way through them, and there were two. I mean, they were lovely. I didn't dislike any one of them. They're all beautifully put together, all wonderful, wonderful fragrances. And I really particularly like two. One was called Adhara Oud, and then I thought I had my heart set on that one. Actually, it was just it was a beautiful, rosy, potent, big, oudy fragrance. And then when I was trying these samples, I sprayed another one, which was called Fleurs De Tabac, Fleurs De Tabac. And I just thought, wow, this is stunning. My wife then walked into the room and was like, what's that you've just sprayed? That's absolutely beautiful. So, you know, Fleurs De Tabac suddenly became this absolutely beautiful fragrance. So I sort of spoke to the house a bit more, and what they're doing is really clever. They're looking at the golden age of French perfumery, which is like the 1930s, and what they've done is they've got two collections. One are the iconics, which are perfumes that they've kind of recreated using what's available in terms of modern materials today to recreate these sort of vintage classic perfumes. And then they have an inspirations collection where they've kind of used the same sort of technology, same sort of kind of materials, and more fundamentally the same approach to create kind of modern fragrances with that vintage feel. And they have done an exceptional job of it. So I was so impressed with the samples. I went back to the house, we were having a chat about you know, what I thought of them, just to give some sort of positive feedback, because I really wanted to give them a round of applause. And they very kindly said, can we send you a touch of one of the perfumes that you enjoyed the most? And obviously I love them all, but it was a toss-up between Adhara Oud and Fleurs De Tabac, and I thought they're both absolutely outstanding fragrances. But in all honesty, because I've got quite a lot of rose oud fragrances and I have nothing like Fleurs De Tabac, that's what I requested, and they very kindly sent it over. So it comes in a box like this. I think these are 69 euros for these 15ml touches. And it's such a clever concept because you have a bottle of perfume, but it's not a rollable. It's kind of like a cross between a dabber and a rollerball, but it's really cleverly done. So you end up putting on the perfume much more like you're wearing an attar or an oud. So I'm going to try and put some on my hand now without getting it everywhere. So as you can see, you have a bottle like this, and then the top screws up like so, and it reveals a little tiny sort of almost like a pipe. And then you just tap that onto your hand, and there's your perfume, and just rub it in. And this is absolutely stunning. So this leads me on perfectly now to talk about the notes. Oh, it honestly is outstanding, this perfume. It's just, it's difficult to describe. It's stunning. It stopped me in my tracks. It stopped my wife in my tracks. Before I get into the notes, I just wanted to say, I went out to meet some perfume friends this week. I met the lovely Marcus Ibrahim, who, if you don't follow on Instagram, you should. He's a really old friend of mine and someone who we're both so passionate about perfume. We've done videos together and we've worked together in perfume sort of things before. And I also got to meet finally the lovely Elise from One Way Bridges Perfumes over in New Zealand. She's come over to Europe. So I think, you know, for the big thing in Milan, and then she sort of came over to London and met up with us. And, you know, these are two people who have a fantastic knowledge of perfumery. I mean, obviously Elise is a perfumer, she makes perfume, and Marcus, like me, is an avid collector and fan and lover of perfume. So I brought this with me for these guys to try because I knew they were going to be impressed with it. And as soon we sat down outside in a beautiful coffee shop in southwest London, and as soon as I opened it, both their noses pricked up and they both tried it. and within seconds, both of them were writing down the company name. They wanted to get the details. Elise wants a bottle of it. Marcus wants a bottle of it, you know, and it was just, I knew they would love it because this perfume is stunning. It is that good. Anyway, I did say we'd talk about the notes, so let's have a look. So you've got Italian bergamot, you have jasmine, you have rose, you have benzoin, you have blonde pipe tobacco, you have some iris, you have cedar from Virginia cedar, you have sandalwood, you have tonka bean, you have labdanum, you have vetiver, and you have musks. And it all sits together in this perfect cacophony of smells, which is outstanding. Now, for me, it's the bergamot and jasmine that you get straight away off the top. And it's just, it's lifted. As soon as that little drop of liquid hits your skin and settles to your skin temperature, it just kind of explodes, you know. And this isn't a perfume designed to dominate a room. This isn't a screaming, look at me kind of perfume. This is probably one of the, well, I can't think of a more elegant perfume in my collection other than this one. I'm absolutely blown away with it. It does have a vintage smell to it. It does kind of remind you of like an other world of perfumery, and you do get the feeling that you're actually wearing some art, and I love that. Now, you know, if you've been following the channel for a long time, you'll know that my kind of world is sort of modern synthetic, challenging perfumes, but every now and again a beautiful one like this comes along and just knocks my socks off. So, you know, I'm going to digress a lot because I'm going to gush a lot because I'm so impressed with this perfume. So you have the jasmine and the bergamot, so you get this clean, almost fresh floral note that just uplifts everything. The rose is hidden. I don't really get any rose from this, which in some respects is great because I think if it was too rose heavy, it would be a very different kind of perfume. So everything is very subtle. You have the pipe tobacco, a little bit of iris bringing that creaminess and that warmth to it. The benzoin is obviously where the modern kind of stuff comes into it. And then you have the woody base. The sandalwood is creamy, but it's not overly sweet. The tonka bean makes everything creamier, but it doesn't make it all too sweet, because at the top you've still got this hints of this bergamot that just keeps the freshness flowing through the whole perfume. It is absolutely glorious. I cannot believe how good this smells, and I was not expecting this one to be the one that I fell for. But Fleurs de Tabac is, they've just nailed it. You know, Elise from One Way Bridge Perfumes, she was, I love this vintage style. I absolutely love the fact that they've recaptured an old perfume and made it perfectly. And for a perfumer to say that, you know that it's good. I think it's just outstanding. It's one that I can't stop wearing. You know, quite often I swipe an oud in the evening and stuff like that. But now what I'm doing is I'm having a little drop of this in my hand and I'm just sitting in front of the telly, sniffing away. It's beautiful. So let's have a chat about who can wear it and where you can wear it. Well, firstly, it's a completely unisex perfume. Anyone can wear it. I think it would probably suit the more mature fragrance enthusiast. And if you are into your vintage Guerlain or your old Chanel or your old Fragonard or something like that, you will love this perfume. But don't be put off by that, because if, like me, you like modern perfumes, but you just appreciate the beauty of a fantastic perfume, it will be good for you too. It's, you know, my wife loves it. I love it. Everybody that I've met when I've been wearing it have loved it. It's just, it smells amazing. And don't think it's going to be like a thick tobacco vanille because there's tobacco and there's, you know, tonka in it. It's nothing like that. It's light, it's fresh, it's sweet. There's enough bitterness in there to balance everything out. It's just, everything is in harmony. There's little bits of this and little bits of that. If you look through the, you know, the materials used, it's almost like the perfumer, who I don't know, they haven't given me the name of the perfumer, has taken a touch of this and a touch of that and blended it together. So you're taking like the best bits of every material to make this amazing fragrance, and it is amazing. You know, I can't gush enough about it. This is something else. It's absolutely beautiful. I think if you're going to buy one sample set this year, go to Cherigan Perfumes and buy them, because if you're like me and you've got a big collection of perfumes, you're always looking for something new and something intriguing and something different, and there's something in there for everybody that you will find different. And you know, it's not 100% natural, but if you're into natural perfumery, 90% natural materials are used in these perfumes according to the brand. So you know what I mean, that's a really high amount of naturals in any fragrance. So it's really, really good. One thing I will say is, performance wise, this isn't a beast. This isn't a huge, big hitting fragrance, and it does seem to have a fairly good longevity. It's quite loud when it hits your skin as your skin warms up. That's in the oil format. I'm not too sure how it would perform as a perfume spray, but don't expect a beast. Just expect a beautiful perfume that you're wearing for you. This is, you know, this is one of those fragrances that you just want to smell around you all the time. It's lovely. When I've worn it, I've noticed sort of after about 5 or 6 hours, I'm having a little trouble picking it up, but that could be that I'm not dabbing enough, or it could just be that I haven't put enough oil on, that kind of thing. I'm not sure, but you need to understand that, yeah, this isn't a big hitting fragrance at all. It's not a banger. It's not designed to be that. This is a beautiful, alluring and enchanting perfume that people that are close to you will be really, really impressed with. Can't say enough good things about it. So yeah, I mean, it's for everybody. I would say it's probably for the more mature fragrance enthusiast. I'm not too sure how the thrusters will get on with it. The younger perfume enthusiasts may not be for them, but you never know, because it just smells fantastic. It really, really does. And if you like tobacco, you're going to love it. And if you don't like tobacco, there's so much else going on with this perfume. The tobacco isn't the most dominant material by any chance. It's more of a unisex floral, to be honest. Fabulous. Absolutely love it. So yeah, have a look at their website. I'm sure if you've not heard of them before, you will certainly be hearing a lot more about them going forward, because they're making some fantastic perfumes. So there you go, my take on Cherigan Perfumes Fleurs De Tabac. Many thanks for your time, and we shall see you on the next video. So cheers, thanks, and bye.